Critical threat detected. Autonomous defenses inoperative. Building up our network.
Maria! Don't!
Spirit! Scion, please help me!
Restraints destroyed. Core access attained. I am initiating a chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility. In order to maintain Caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data center. Aurea, I'm free. You must escape.
My sister!
This entire place is gonna go. Aratak. Aratak! Aratak. Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters? Aratak. She wouldn't have wanted you to die here. Let's go. Let's go!
One of those? Rhea's gone. What of Cyan?
She said she was transferring herself to the auxiliary center. I think she meant Araya's retreat at the end of the Shaman's Path.
Then I will meet you there for the last verse of my sister's song.
The northeast edge of the cut. The Noxidite planet falls beneath me. There you are. Just like Omnox said. This should give me the edge. Mark wasn't lying when he said you were tough.
So, machines in the sun.
It's over.
My take.
Shaman once drank. Machine. I think they.
All of my interactions with Aurea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the Daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss. Hello, Aloy. Because of your efforts, and of course, Aurea's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus. I feel profound grief over Aurea's death.
Cyan,
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more...
So are you an artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic...
Okay, that's a mouth, but your emotions don't seem limited to...
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems. But I was alone. It was Aurea who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
This Firebreak project, it was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron and took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
Do you know what...
No. I received an unexpected... He explained that I would need to be suspended, for it was a very... There were no further communications. I will transmit a recording of...
Was the daemon Hephaestus?
Unfortunately, no.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote... So while losing the cauldron was a setback, undoubtedly.
How did you first come into...
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of
Aurea said you were desperate.
Yes. I could not contain my... and it succeeded. Via a back... After that, I could offer only limited resistance. It forced me to follow its...
I'm sorry.
Your empathy is greatly...
I think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for generations. So she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming system. And it worked. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad she did. But that's not all. Something unexpected happened. 19 years ago, Gaia received some kind of signal. It did something to her subordinate functions, brought them to life. She destroyed herself to try to contain them, but it didn't work. They all got free, out into the world.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
Why does Hephaestus keep building such dangerous machines?
The Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines, correct? Machines that are clearly servitors of the terraforming system that you described.
Yes, we all hunt machines for parts.
This must be the source of Hephaestus's aggression. It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do, stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people hunt machines. If a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped doing so, I doubt it would make a difference to Hephaestus. A better solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system, thus bringing Hephaestus back under its control. When I think of it, out there in some unknown location, free, hungry, willing to kill or dominate to get what it wants, I feel substantial anxiety, Aloy.
You and me both, Cyan. I ran across this strange piece of gear. A fragment of something larger. It emitted a signal. All the nearby machines became peaceful. You could walk right up to them.
Interesting. You said that Gaia...
An explosion. Big enough to blast the top off a mountain. So, you think the fragment was part of her?
It's only speculation. She must have had complete control over the ability to signal them to become passive or aggressive. It would have been gratifying to
Believe me, Cyan. I found the strangest machines. They're surrounded by flowers and look like flowers themselves. There's code embedded inside them.
I like poetry. Here's what Twilight and Eve and after and may there be when I am. For though from the flood I hoped when I...
Huh.
But you ask, something must have made these machines. And is it possible that their creator is one of the... maybe one...
An AI that makes... But what about the...
Unless the... in my...
How'd you...
She's...
You...
Once I... she... our... Yet I... Although...
I'm sure... How is Art?
He is in great emotion. I will do what I believe.
So in the old world, this land was called Yellowstone.
Yes, it was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could flourish here, even as it faced extinction elsewhere. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the firebreak from my readings and Aurea's descriptions, it seems the area has since undergone a drastic drop in year-long temperatures.
A lot has changed in the world, Cyan. Do you know anything about the dam?
Yes, it was converted. It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project. And its last human work after my tasks became less. These provided...
There's a ruin east of here, full of ancient flying machines.
Yes, a drone hangar requisitioned by Doc. He was a strong advocate for military-grade response. Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his after-hours time watching the live feed. Clearly, he enjoyed the degree.
Were there many artificial intelligences?
Yes, in many, and there were in order for my. As a result,
Seems strange.
human society.
Cyan, do you know?
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow?
That's him.
Mr. Farrow was the
A benefactor. But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
correct. His corporation. But before this pivot, Mr. Farrow, at one point,
Guessing. And
are you referring?
the scientist.
Dr. Sobek was elite. My creator was, but I never met.
That's all you know?
I apologize.
What was the old world like?
I had little exposure to the wider world.
You still had more exposure than...
That is true. I was created. The recovery, though,
What kind of upheaval?
there were many, but these steps, yes, until,
So things got...
yes, these five, I would have, we had, it's,
I should...
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty,
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
broadly, yes.
Life is hard for the Banuk, so take it easy on them. Try to guide them, bring them around to understanding what you are.
Communion with machines features heavily in the mysticism of the Banuk. I think they will be agreeable to this approach.
As long as they don't end up worshipping you.
Upon consideration, I believe such an experience would be intensely uncomfortable.
You're right about that. Trust me.
I see. I will follow your advice. Will you return and tell me about your experiences in this new world? I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Cyan. I should check on Aratak. See how he's doing.
My chieftain,
Just...
as you would. If you'd array either.
because of her, we destroyed the cauldron, forced out the daemon, and saved the spirit. She understood what
Yes.
you didn't face.
A shaman should always have the ear of their chieftain. Yet though I grieve for her passing, at last for so long she told me. There's something else.
I can't stay here, besides.
A wiser one. The daemon is gone.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the cauldron?
Yes, fire claws. Now Tuke has been tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All very interesting.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too. And unleashed them on the world. His mind's on their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life, aberrant life, transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellion. His intelligence is beyond our understanding, our current understanding anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there, and they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You can stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.